What's up, everyone? I'm Coach D, and yes, I'm wearing an ugly sweater. I was at an ugly sweater event tonight, and my wife says the sweater is not ugly. Obviously, because of the cats, I bought it like this on purpose, and she thinks it's cute, but we will agree to disagree on that. Now that you guys have seen it, I don't want to keep you guys distracted by these cats on my shirt, so I'm going to go ahead and change this. Okay, much better. That's probably the first and last time you will see me wearing an ugly sweater. Okay, so the Midas Touch Network posted this today, and it was basically pointing out that both Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos have pledged to give Donald Trump $1 million for his inauguration. A couple of things about this. When people say eat the rich, this is why. These guys have so much money they can give $1 million to Donald Trump for his inauguration. Meanwhile, people are starving in the streets and they're worth billions of dollars. And it gets worse because here's a look at the net worth of the guys, the billionaires who are now funding and backing Donald Trump. And it's crazy because some of you guys actually thought Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg were liberals. They're not. They're crony capitalists. They're capitalists. They will capitalize off of anything. And right now, they're trying to capitalize off of Donald Trump's presidency because this is what these people do. So let's take a look at this. So this meme was posted by the other 98 today. It points out that Elon Musk is worth over $400 billion and his net worth has gone up in the last 10 years. It also points out that Jeff Bezos is worth over $200 billion and his net worth has gone up in the last 10 years. It points out that Mark Zuckerberg is worth over $200 billion and his net worth has gone up in the last 10 years. But then you look at the federal minimum wage and it has not gone up in over 10 years. That means trickle-down economics, as most of us with a brain knows, is not a thing. It is a myth. It has never been a thing. How did we get to a point in this country where we have now elected a billionaire who surrounds himself by billionaires, and people in the poor and middle class actually voted for him thinking that he and these other billionaires will have their best interests in mind? They won't. Why would they? They never have. They never will. And so if you are in the poor or middle class, ask yourself, why would billionaires give a damn about me? Why would they? Why would they do anything for me? Nothing they do could benefit them and you. We're way too far off the spectrum from each other. So what they do is always to benefit them. It is so bad right now. We are basically in an oligarchy because Elon Musk now has threatened senators, and he said to them, if you do not vote in favor of Donald Trump's cabinet, I will take my over $400 billion and fund someone who is running against you.
The world's richest man is now lending his massive resources to turbocharge the pressure campaign to confirm Donald Trump's top cabinet nominees. Pete Hegseth, Tulsi Gabbard, Kash Patel, RFK Jr., and more, all of whom face very legitimate questions about their basic competence and fitness for the jobs they've been tapped to do. There's brand new reporting in the New York Times today that reveals that, quote, a dark money conservative group that Musk has used for political spending ran digital ads in Iowa calling on people to urge Senator Ernst to vote for Mr. Hegseth. In fact, Team Trump sees Elon Musk's wallet and vast resources as the best way to bully and browbeat Republicans into submission. One Trump advisor telling ABC's John Karl last month this, quote, if you're on the wrong side of the vote, you're buying yourself a primary. That is all the advisor told John Karl. And there's a guy named Elon Musk who's going to finance it. The president gets to decide his cabinet and no one else, the advisor adds. The problem is this. It's simply not how the Constitution says it works. The Senate has a constitutionally mandated role. It's called advice and consent. It's in Article 2, Section 2 of the Constitution. What Team Trump is asking is to force the Senate, in particular the incoming Republican majority, to simply abdicate that role and make Trump a king, to surrender their constitutionally mandated job and obligation in vetting nominees.
So now you're going to have Republican senators who are afraid to vote against Donald Trump because Elon Musk has the capital to get them removed from office. This means that the power has been taken away from the people in America and given to a small group. That is the literal definition of an oligarchy. And that is what we are living in if Congress doesn't somehow get money out of these elections. We will now see, you already have the three richest guys backing another rich guy and telling people, you better do what he says. It's going to get worse because these people, for some reason, seem to think that they need to bend the knee to Donald Trump. And I'm going to tell you guys something because this is kind of becoming a trend. We're seeing this now. People thought that Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos were liberals. They're not, they're capitalists, right? They're coming off as MAGAs for the most part. We saw, Morning Joe and Mika kind of bend the knee to Donald Trump as well. We're hearing things about the Young Turks. This has become a trend of people deciding that it is more important for them to make a dollar than it is for them to stand on principles. I'm no one. I am no one in this game of social media, creating content and all of that. I have, I'm very proud and happy with my 67,000 subscribers to this page. But in the grand scheme of things, that is nothing. But I will tell you this, no matter where I get in this game, they will have to shut my page down. They will have to shut my channel down in order to silence my voice. You will never see me go against my principles to make a freaking dollar. And we're seeing that way too much. It is crony capitalism. It is capitalism. It is greed. It is grifting. And these people have all decided it is more important to make money than it is to stand on principles. And again, I ask you, think about this for a second. All of their net worth has gone up, and the poor has gotten poorer or stayed stagnant. Trickle-down economics is not a thing. Do you believe it is? Does anyone out there believe trickle-down economics has ever happened in this country or will ever happen in this country? I will take your answers in the comments. Period. Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.